Laila de Lima is a Filipino lawyer, human rights activist, and one of the most critical politicians of President Rodrigo Duterte. Since February of 2017, Senator de Lima has been in jail, awaiting trial for allegedly aiding drug lords. The case is still pending, and the fake news has furthered the controversy of whether she's guilty or a victim of political persecution. We look into two fake news articles widely shared on social media to get the understanding of how fake news has affected democracy in the Philippines. The first article is from Pinoy Thinking. It describes the recently uncovered Shabu drug laboratory, which is claimed to be connected with Senator de Lima and further persecute her as a drug criminal. Visual clues include web page design, lack of publishing date, author, and copy errors suggest illegitimacy. The two official media outlets mentioned, ABS-CBN and Bombo Radio, are miscited. ABS-CBN did report about the discovery of the Shabu lab, but did not mention or hint at de Lima. The Bombo Radio source does not exist altogether. We can identify the article contains true disinformation as it invented the link between the lab and de Lima, misleading viewers into believing her crime. If Pinoy Thinking, whose online following is 200,000, is too easy to spot as fake news, let's look at Philstar to see if it seems more real. The outlet, with 1.4 million followers, has an article covering the arrest of de Lima, featuring accusations of her drug crimes, tainted personal life, and irrational opposition against President Duterte. At first look, visual clues are not apparent. The telltale lies in its ambiguous figures, such as House leaders, all case files, her colleagues. One of the few names mentioned is Pantaleon Navarez, the Speaker of the House and a known critic of de Lima. In fact, the headline framed his personal opinion as matter of fact to purposefully mislead the readers. These sites have incredible stats on Facebook. The articles are shared by the thousands, and the outlets amasses to millions of followers. They specializes on adapted disinformation, profiting well from ad revenue. With Duterte presidency since May of 2016, the public's appetite for political controversy hasn't been satisfied. The reception of Philippines public to fake news is harming de Lima's position.
The filing of criminal cases against me is only the fulfillment of Mr. Duterte's fixation for revenge against me because of my investigation of the Davao Death Squad.
She claimed it was to condition the public's mind. News that she committed suicide while in jail, news of false criminal connections slowly taint de Lima's originally transparent image, create a public pressure on the oncoming trial process. But exactly how and why Filipinos are so prone to fake news? This can be explained through their internet habits and access. In March of 2015, Facebook worked with the government and local telecom companies to launch Internet.org app, making 24 websites available without internet data, including Facebook. Other than that, it costs $34 a month to access to 4 megabytes per second speed internet in Manila. 80% of the internet users are registered to the lowest tier of internet access, with more than 47 million active Facebook accounts nationwide. Filipinos are relying on social media to get their news, but due to slow and expensive internet, effort to verifying news sources are limited. 72% of Filipinos cannot tell apart a phishing Facebook page from a legitimate one. Social media has become a breeding ground for fake news. They share the news because of the short headlines and description on social media without fully verifying and understanding the content. As a result, Philippines is split, especially on the comment section, between protecting de Lima the righteous and punishing de Lima the criminal. The concept of fake news is not new, but factors of quantity, volume, and accessibility are. Fighting the democratization of information is like battling a hydra. When one head is cut down, another appears in its place. The prevalence of fake news in Philippines have pushed lawmakers to file laws to combat it. In August of 2017, President Duterte signed an anti-fake news law. However, fake news sites and influencers especially pro-Duterte, are still very active and popular. Filipinos should be more critical towards news authenticity before sharing it. Although the news look credible on the surface, we should look deeper. Necessary steps include evaluating the quality of news and copy, checking the sources and find good reason to trust the news they consume. Philippines is not alone in its fight against fake news that undermines democracy. In South Korea, fake news from pro-ex-president Park's conservatives spread through Kakao chat rooms opposing her impeachment. In Indonesia, Jakarta Governor Basuki Cahayapurama lost his re-election bid and was convicted of blasphemy against Islam after 13 seconds of his speech was taken out of context and pushed with anti-Chinese, anti-Christian propaganda. During America's 2016 president election, Donald Trump also pushed fake news against his competition, Hillary Clinton. The common denominator is that through social media, fake news is prevalent and it has great impact over political discourse. The usual recommendation to combat fake news are using independent fact-checking agencies and increasing awareness and digital literacy. These methods have yet to be successful in the real world. Further research is needed in the nature of fake news and combating methods to come to a conclusion in such a post-truth era.